Hello, everybody, and today we got top 5 reasons why the WWE viewership will continue to drop. Reason number one: bad booking. Bad booking. This is definitely one of the most biggest reasons why these views will continue to drop because it's so lazy and it's so repetitive. This is why people like me like to call it AI booking. Like, man, this is like AI booking because it's like you're not even really putting no real thought and effort behind it. It's too many favorites. It's too many people that get favorited that always win and look good, and it's too many people that like you got way too many talents to have like 75% of them be jobbers and not even care about them. Basically, what I'm saying too. Like the booking is just terrible, and then it's complete favoritism for people that you may not even like and who not even that over, but they'll get pushed just because of what role they want them to play or how they look. You know, I mean, clearly the booking is horrible for any minority talent or any older Vince talent. For example, like a Austin Theory. Austin Theory was loved by Vince. Look how much stuff used to happen with him, and look how now he's getting shitted on by Grayson Waller, and clearly they're pushing Grayson Waller over him. Look at all the minorities out here not getting anything and not getting pushed, and people have the nerve to say Ricochet got a good push towards the end. They have clearly lost it. That man was not in any title shots, anything, didn't have anything really lined up to really boost him. And that's clear, obvious fact. But these people will keep lying and saying, oh, they had it good when they didn't. And they clearly don't be getting booked good at all, and it's pretty much all of them. But they keep wanna. That's why I say go listen to them when they talk. Notice how most of the favorite things that these fans like to say they like don't got nothing to do with minorities. Most of the stuff they be like, oh, it's great, it's good, ain't got nothing to do with minorities or nothing to do with older Vince talents, especially people like Cody Rhodes and more. Like, we see what's up. But number one to me is booking. The booking is boring as hell. It's so many repetitive, boring ass matches too. And then when it might be a little something, you might get a little questionable match about the favorites they putting together or something like that, and then all of a sudden it's a DQ or something. It's the booking is just way too just protected and put in there and no creativity. Number two, not catering to casual audiences, and I think this is a big one too. I think if the WWE actually catered more to a casual audience, I think the views would go up and people will watch it more. But the honestly, it's catered to marks and fans. It's catered to fans who's been there for a while, and it's catered to these new age wrestling marks that just want to go for the new trendy shit, without really caring about what the product is, and who just want to buy everything without really caring what the product is. That's what they're really kind of pleading to. Even when it comes to the social media, they're not really pleading to a casual audience, a person who might not even really watched it or watched it in years, and then come into the room and then they be like, oh, this is interesting. They're not pleading to that, and that's a huge problem. It's like they want to try to do it like recently bringing in the basketball stars, but y'all did it in a terrible way, and it's just not gonna work. It's not. If anything, they gonna think it's weird. So number two, not catering to a bigger audience. You need to do things to cater to a more open, broad audience. It's not working, especially like I say with the booking and stuff. It's not working. Number three, too many pay per views. Too many pay per views. How many pay per views do we need, WWE? Like, for real, we don't need this many. I think it is good to have maybe at least two, like one every 2 months, one every 2 to 3 months, maybe. I think that will add more hype and give more time to build better storylines. All these pay per views shows that the stories are just being rushed, and the ones that are being dragged out ain't entertaining enough to be dragged out that much because y'all rushing so much. Every time a pay per view in, the next Raw come on, here they go hurrying up, rushing to the next thing, rushing. when it's the same boring, typical booking, and it's obvious what y'all really like. You know, I think that's a huge problem as well. Too many pay per views, man. We do not need all of these Clash at the Castle. This. No, 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 no. Just stick to the important ones, like WrestleMania. Stick to the important ones, like SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, and stick to the important ones. Survivor Series. Like I said, every 2 months I think will help them. And then you got the nerve to keep jumping country to country, switching up the times. So everybody ain't gonna always be able to watch because you keep switching the times up. That's another thing. Okay. Number four, looking for cheap pops. This is another one that I think is just really shows how corny WWE is getting. It's just like the Y6. It's like they're doing stuff to just get cheap pops at this point. Back in the day in wrestling, it was more natural. It was more, like authentic, and how people got the pops and what they did, and people loved it because of the entertainment and what was going on. Now it's like everything is kind of so forced, like banga after banga after banga. But hey, I like that though. But you see cheap pops like Sami Zayn always looking for cheap pops. LA Knight always looking for cheap pops. Cody Rhodes, he be looking for cheap pops. Like you just like stop it. Can we get some more organic type of pops? Let's work on some stuff to really get a real not that cheap stuff where you expect the audience to do what you want them to do all the time, and it just be so cheap and nothing really creative. But that's another one, man. Cheap pops, man. Stop it. Stop it. They really do it a lot with particular wrestlers. Some very few can come out there and don't got to worry about a cheap pop, but a lot of them do, and it shows how much they're really struggling. Number five, Raw moving to Netflix and SmackDown to USA. Yeah, I think this is going to definitely be one of their biggest hitters because I know for a fact people are not going to switch. That's just anything. Anytime you do that, it's going to be a decent amount of people that are not going to switch over. It's going to be people that's not going to want to pay for Netflix. It's going to be people that don't even got cable so they can't go to USA because they was watching SmackDown. So that right there lets you know the viewership will go down. It will go down. When Raw go to Netflix, trust me, it's gonna drop. It's not gonna appeal. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on a bigger brand. But think about all the stuff. Well, not maybe not even necessarily a bigger brand. It's not a cable network. But just think about all the shows and all the movies and everything else that's on Netflix. And are all those shows and everything else on there successful getting all the clicks? No. So what's gonna make Raw so special? Especially knowing that most people already know about it to begin with. It ain't gonna be too many people on Netflix searching around Netflix and then they see Raw like, oh man, I wanna watch Raw. I never and if they do and they see what it is today because of number three, or number two, not catering to the casual fans, they're not gonna stick around. So that it's gonna drop because you're expecting a number of people to move from USA to just automatically move to Netflix. I don't think you're gonna gain much from Netflix, really. If anything, you're gonna lose. And SmackDown going to USA is gonna hurt SmackDown because now you're not on a big national network. Fox is one of the biggest networks, like NBC, ABC, CBS. Those are the big networks. You go from there to USA, it's gonna drop. That's why SmackDown tends to do better than Raw because it's on a bigger network. So yeah, that's definitely gonna happen too, and that's coming soon in 2025. Oh, and we got a bonus. I'm gonna add in a bonus for you guys. Here's a bonus. Bonus CM Punk. So this number 6 bonus CM Punk. Yes, I said it. CM Punk. He's gonna be another reason why the views go down, and I'm finna tell y'all. This guy's proven that wherever he goes, he's problematic and bad things happen, especially as of lately. I think it's a really bad thing for WWE. The fact that this man been around for like 6, 7, 8 months and only wrestled once and ain't did really nothing with y'all important. I mean, look at all the time that he done spent with WWE and look what he did with AEW. He done way more with AEW, like in this time frame. Towards the end, oh, he got so called injured, nah, nah, nah. But still, he totally did way more. Like the AEW audience got way more out of CM Punk than the WWE. What he's doing in WWE ain't even nothing compared to it. And then he's doing kayfabe injuries the whole time. This dude clearly be kayfabe injured, and right now it's a kayfabe injury. Like, come on, the dude ain't even doing nothing. And that's what's hurting your views too. He's barely ever there. He doesn't wrestle. He hasn't done anything as big as what he did in AEW within his first year. You're hurting the views. Drew ain't doing nothing because he ain't there and the feud ain't good anyways. You're hurting it. You put so much into him, but he ain't really giving back when you really, really think about it. Like, you really ain't. I mean, just think about how much money he's making. I'm thinking about making a whole video about him and what's done happened with this. I want to get to that. Hopefully, when I get more time. But I had to put that out there as a bonus. CM Punk, man, CM Punk. Like, he's definitely a reason why it's going down too. And then when you know he gonna come back, and you know he's gonna be Drew, and you know he's gonna take the title from whoever on Raw, Seth, whoever, while not even really doing anything. Mm. Mm. And people watched thinking that's something when in AEW he was doing way more, man. But I hope y'all enjoy this, and I have plenty more to come. Like I made it 5 just to get more detail because I could have made it 10, but I also wanted to touch other people too and just do top 5s and try to make more content for you guys. I hope y'all enjoy and take care.